Hey, how's it going, everybody? Matt Houston here, and today we're doing something a little different. We're talking about Way of the Calm Cloud, a monk archetype made by myself, Adam, and Seth. We're going to do not a first impressions as I had made it, but we are going to do some quick run-throughs, maybe some ideas and concepts of why I chose what I did and where the main idea was and how you could possibly make a class of your own or an archetype of your own more accurately. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Way of the Calm Cloud. The Calm Cloud Monastery produces a rare breed of disciple, even among monks. Its harsh cost of entry known only by those who survive it, and just one of the many challenges making up their training. Taught to emulate Kali, goddess of ether, at all times these monks constantly strive to be at peace with the world of chaos. They seek to rise above conflicts of lesser beings, and due to years of training often do. This higher way of living gives these monks a greater perspective on life, one that pursues tranquility and lightness of foot and soul. However, monks who study under the Calm Cloud teaching are also all too familiar with the power hidden within the clouds, for behind every cloud lying just beyond sight hides a powerful storm. Masters of the Way of the Calm Cloud wield this power, and in the midst of their calm can clash out in powerful strikes from afar, wreaking havoc on those unprepared. Plain and simple, these monks are meant to be the masters of the tranquil self, characterize themselves as being at peace with all things, as opposed to being free and flowing and move and having the ability to go as they move as they please. But let's get into some of these class features and what makes them unique. Moving with the sky. Starting when you choose the tradition at 3rd level, you move like clouds on the wind, manipulating the air to fit your needs. You gain the Gust cantrip, using your key as the save DC. Also at 3rd level, you gain your unarmed strikes have reach. And lastly, at 3rd level, whenever you spend a key point, you have a fly speed equal to your walking speed till the end of your next turn. So there's a little bit to unpack here. The Gust cantrip is really meant to be like, hey, I can manipulate the air as I choose. The unarmed strike having reach is meant to be kind of like that force-filled air that you have with the punch. It's kind of like I can punch with air. It makes the monk much less in your face and much more, come try and come and get me, but I'm just going to ruin your day. Lastly, whenever you spend key, it means that you have flight. So if you use Step of the Wind, you use your action to dash 120 feet of movement. And that is all as flight on that turn. And then next turn, you have an additional 40 feet of flight, assuming you don't dash or use Step of the Wind again. Now, this makes this kind of monk even more mobile than your average monk. Giving them flight very early in the game makes them very elusive, very difficult to contend with unless you have range. The idea of this is to be, this monk is elusive. Your real troubles is going to be just being able to get in to hit them, much less being able to actually hit them. That is the goal of this class, is to be constantly just out of your opponent's reach because you are able to read the battle much better than they can. Clouds of Calm. Beginning at 6th level, you can connect with others around you, soothing their emotions. As an action, you can expend 2 key points to cast the Calm Emotions spell with the following changes. The spell has a range of self. The radius of effect is 30 feet. Now the difference here is that the range is typically 60 feet and the radius is 20. But the idea with this is that it is beings that are close to you. You are able to see them, they are able to hear you, you are able to connect with them on a spiritual level, and this requires you to be relatively close to them. Now this affects everyone in an area around you, and the big benefit of this is, of course, that you can suppress fears, suppress charms, and make foes that you don't want to fight that are typically fighting you indifferent. This is meant to expand upon the idea of their calmness in battle, their calmness in life, their calmness in general, their tranquility against the chaos, the ever-changing flow of emotions that other people exuberate at all times. They're able to affect that and suppress it enough so that they can keep things in a tranquil state. Conjure Cloud. Beginning at 11th level, you can call a cloud from the ether to aid you. As a bonus action, you can expend some of your ki to cause a small cloud to form where you stand, obstructing others from harming you. You gain temporary hit points equal to your martial arts die for every ki point you spend, minimum of 1. plus your monk level. While you have these temporary hit points, ranged attacks against you have disadvantage. This cloud lasts until these temporary hit points are gone, you dismiss it, or you finish a short or long rest. Now, my initial thoughts on this while creating it, I constantly altered roughly how many hit points you would gain until I settled on a simple solution of martial arts die per key plus level. The reason that I wanted to make it a martial arts size, I wanted it to scale upwards with the monk level a little bit better. And it only giving you hit points equal to your monk level was just not quite good enough, but I didn't want to just double that or triple it, as it would just be too good in my opinion. And there's no variance. I like a little bit of variance. The big thing here is, of course, that ranged attacks have disadvantage, meaning combining this with the deflect arrow, or deflect missile, rather, this is very, very good at avoiding getting hit by anything that isn't a melee weapon or spells that cause saves. As a result, this makes you very, very tanky, along with how elusive you already are. And it's not like you can't use this a multiple number of times. You can use this actually, in fact, you could use this every time that you're down temporary hit points. You could use your bonus action to get these back. You still get the fly speed because you are expending ki, and you can still attack while doing so. Last but not least, Cloud Form. Beginning at 17th level, you can expend ki to become a wisp of cloud. As an action, you can expend 4 ki points to assume your cloud form, which lasts for 1 hour. You choose how this form appears, but you keep the size of your normal form. While in this form, you gain a fly speed equal to your walking speed. You can occupy the same space as another creature. You gain resistance to non-magical damage and have advantage on strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws. You can pass through spaces as small as cracks in a wall and treat liquids as though they are solids. You also cannot fall and will remain where you are in the air if stunned or incapacitated. While in this form, you can't talk or manipulate objects. In turn, anything that doesn't transform with you that you are holding or carrying drops. You can't cast spells or attack unless you attack with your unarmed strike. The form ends early if you drop to 0 hit points, or until you choose to end it as a bonus action. This cloud form was very much obviously inspired by gaseous form. However, there are a few exceptions to this. One, your movement speed is not limited to 10 feet. It is your regular speed as the monk. In fact, you just fly now, as opposed to having to expend ki to fly. In addition, you can attack with your unarmed strike. Typically, with gaseous form, you cannot do so. However, the big difference here is that this is not a concentration-based spell. It is an ability that just maintains itself. This is the ultimate form of wrath held within a calmness of a cloud. Combining this with Conjure Cloud, you become extraordinarily difficult to deal with, gaining resilience to most basic damage types, having a temporary hit points, being able to fly, attack with reach. You are extremely difficult to deal with, and that's if they even are able to fight you in the first place because they are so calm from your tranquil state. So big shout out to Adam and Seth for springing this idea on me, making the suggestion to have me come on board and make this with them. If you have a chance, check out Cheaper by the Dungeon, their podcast. They upload regularly. Of course, check out myself on Challenge Running Epic, if you already are, of course, so it doesn't hurt to check out some more videos. The artwork, fantastically done by Zell Art. You can catch their Twitter. And this document will be on GM's Guild. The link will be in the description. Do check this out. It is completely free. Have a look, play it, have fun. So that just about ends this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do make a comment in the troll's nest on the underside of this video and tell me what your thoughts are on this archetype. Also, if there is a homebrew out there that you would like me to look at, I would love to. Like this video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss another video. And until next time, guys, have a good day.